Hello, how are you all? I know you must be wondering ये कहाँ से टपक गए इतने महीनों बाद, right? Well, I'm making my way back to YouTube gradually, so I'm coming up with one or two video once in a while. So if you are new to my channel, follow me on Instagram because there I'm consistent, not like here. And yeah, people who have been here before, welcome back, and people who are new, welcome. This is Mansi from Readers and Creators. So you all remember about the pandemic, of course, how anyone can forget that. It just really shook our lives, right? So today I'm gonna review this book, Do Face Masks Really Work, by Dr. Kamalpreet Singh, which really contradicts everything we have been believing so far about the COVID, or about the social distancing, or about mask, or about vaccinations, shots, everything. It contradicts everything, and not just in like air. It comes up with facts and research and samples and tests and studies, and it's so like freaking fascinating, also curious, also dangerous, scaring, that how true that sounds in the book, but how blindly or how dedication we are following all those things which we are told to, like social distancing, like wearing masks and using sanitizers all the time. So this book tells about the harmful impact of that and why it is done. If that's that harmful, why we are told to cover our faces, why we are told to follow those procedures or things and rules and regulations. It tells us why there's a whole conspiracy, there's a whole propaganda behind it. So yeah, I'm gonna tell you in a brief. So firstly, let's know about the author. Dr. Kamalpreet Singh is a health educator in Ontario, Canada, and he has so many credentials. He has certified diabetes educator, certified health nutrition specialist, and many more things. And he writes this book with a great concern for people, and just bringing out all the samples and studies done so far in the field of face mask or contagious diseases or severe diseases. So yeah, let's move forward with this. So the book is divided into certain chapters, starting with the scientific evidence of why masks are ineffective. And then you will get curious and ask about N95, which was a huge thing during the pandemic, that it will surely like stop the contagious disease from reaching you. But then the next chapter will tell you how those are ineffective too. And then a next question arises, and that it will tell how that is contagious too, that is harmful too. So like it tells you that masks are, instead of protecting us, instead of saving us from the infection, are giving us plenty of more diseases, and not just some discomfort or illness, but some severe health problems like hyperoxia, hypercapnia, and not just physiological impacts but also psychological impacts like anxiety, fatigue, insomnia. And when you will read that, you will feel so scary, because like we keep on our mask all the time. I, for like personally, even after COVID is over somewhat, I am like putting on my mask when I go out on my scooty, because it's a substitute for all that dupatta I used to wrap around my head. That mask is suitable for me, so I am doing that. But like after reading this, I will rethink million times, and maybe even after rethinking it, I will put it on, because that's so highly, so deeply encrypted in our brains that we have to put on the mask because it is stopping something. But the book tells everything against that. It contradicts that. And I would say that you might not find it interesting to read as a fiction reader, or as a reader who is just interested in novel books or fantasy book, because it's in somewhat research form, somewhat samples form. But I am a sociology student, so this fascinated me. And if you have questions about how wearing masks can be ineffective, or how that can have negative, highly negative impacts on our health or psychological, mental health, everything, then you will be so curious to read this book. Before finishing my review and before ending this video, I would like to say that there's a contradiction for everything. Like this book tells about the ineffectiveness of mask, or the ineffectiveness of vaccination, even shots we are getting. And then you will be like, ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है, इतना ज़्यादा everything you are contradicted. So at some points I was like, no, that's not possible, because we are getting vaccinations from a very small age for polio and for plenty of other things, and we are getting saved by them. So I think there's some book out there which will tell you that how masks can help you, and this is telling you how they are not helping you. So there's a contradiction for everything, and I don't know that I believe it in personally or completely, but something, after reading this book, something will remain in my subconscious always, that masks have these harmful impacts or consequences. So yeah, and there are some examples also ki how people were wearing masks in the gym and exercising and they died, and how athletes are getting more and more cardiac arrest these days. So the examples will make you feel like, yeah, sahi to keh raha hai, sahi to keh raha hai. So there's so much dilemma of what to believe, where to go, this or that. But yeah, that's the like fascination of reading a book, na. It will make you ponder, it will make you think, it will give you new perspective, or it will shift your perspective. So on that note, I will just end my review, and I wouldn't highly recommend this book, but seeing the news and everything around us, I think we are somehow going to get against in the claws of COVID. So be prepared for that, and I think reading this would just give you different perspective. So yeah, this is the review, and it's a short book, not very long, just 108 pages, and it will pique your curiosity and give you a new perspective about everything around us, and about how media, global readers, and everyone is sort of creating this propaganda for their own interest. It's really hard to believe, but reading it will make you at least believe some part of it. So yeah, you can read it, and on that note, I'm just gonna sign off. I'm talking like a reporter. Well, follow me on Instagram, and there I am consistent, and on YouTube I am coming back properly in March, because I have an exam in February. Until then, be happy, keep reading, and be safe. Bye bye.